this to her car.
For one. Racist.
This is Judge Judy.
I'll ask you one more time, and I want the truth.
Real
Around
people.
my neck, and she was pulling
In
me.
real cases.
Jumped on me.
Not true, Your
Twice,
Honor. Your
yes,
Honor, what happened
In
when we...
real conflict.
He's lucky. I didn't beat you up.
She's a real judge with over 15 years of courtroom experience.
This is my courtroom. I ask the questions.
Parties on Terry Pilcher versus Krupski. Step forward, please.
Did Mary Terry make Lonnie Krupski a partner in her leather business? Or was he just a mooch?
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is number 79 on the calendar in the matter of Terry Pilcher versus Krupski. You may be seated.
Very confusing. These papers that I have, complaint and answer, let me see if I can make some sense out of it. You are...
Mary Terry Pilcher.
Hyphen Pilcher.
Who are you?
I'm Greg Pilcher. I'm her husband.
Recent husband.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Very
why
lucky.
don't you have a seat for a minute? Because this really has to do with the two of them. All right, don't trip on anything. Don't want any lawsuits here. And you are Mr. Krupski.
Yes, ma'am.
You used to be her boyfriend.
Used to be a boyfriend. I lived with her from 1989 to 1994.
No, he sponged off of me from 1989 to 1994.
Well, that's
He
what
did
it pretty
not
much says
contribute
in your
a penny,
complaint.
And he can victimize every woman and take every woman for advantage
order.
that he gets his hands on.
Let's start from the beginning.
Let's start from the beginning.
All right.
In 1989, Your Honor, I purchased the business from Mary Terry.
You did not
Alterations
Let
in
me
design.
just a minute.
Which
You're
I have
starting
got.
from the middle of the novel, sir.
Okay.
You moved to Sacramento.
Right, correct.
You took over a business that was your mother's, a tailoring business,
Correct.
according to your complaint.
Correct.
At the time, you were a security guard, sir?
I worked in the Travelers Building. I also worked for Mather.
Sir! Were you a security guard?
Yes, I am.
That
I
was
was a security guard.
All right, so the answer is yes. You became involved with him. He didn't have a place to stay. You invited him to come and live in your house.
Correct. Until he could find a place of his own.
But then you became his girlfriend.
Right.
And then not only did he live in your house, but you took him into your business, according to your complaint.
He helped with the business. My mother still owned the business.
Now, what kind of business is this now?
At the present moment, it's a custom leather shop. At that time, it was an alteration shop, also doing
Your
some
Honor,
leather
can I
work.
interrupt there? I
No,
have...
don't interrupt. Don't interrupt. Try.
Well,
Order.
it's not truthful, Your Honor.
Just a second.
What she's saying is
You
not
mean
truthful.
that it's not a custom leather shop?
No, that her mother owns the business.
Would you like to see the business license,
I
Lonnie?
have
Just a second.
copy.
We're getting far away from that.
I've got a copy from the Board of Equalization showing my business license and that I was an owner to Alterations in Design at that time.
She's suing you, sir, because at some point you broke up. You say she threw you out of the business. She acknowledges she's told you goodbye. And she said when you left the business, you took two things. You took a computer that she had bought,
Correct.
and you took leather goods
Correct.
worth a lot of money.
Let's back.
You-
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Don't say excuse me. This
Yes,
is not
ma'am.
a tea party. Be quiet. You, sir,
Yes, sir.
say that not only don't you owe her any money for this computer and for these leather goods, but she owes you $5,000 because she threw you out of your job, she threw you out of the business, you had lost income, et cetera, et cetera. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so that's the general view of this case. All right, so now we have a computer, and you took the computer when you left the business.
I was forced to leave the business.
I got a
Just
restraining
a
order
second.
against you.
Did you take the computer when you left the business?
Yes, I did, and she knew I took the computer when I left the business.
No, it was gone when I went to the shop in the morning.
All right, computer. Now let's hear about these leather goods.
There's also on that same bill, it shows the purchase where there were 11 hides purchased.
Your Honor, that's not true because I did not return hide, nor did I
liar.
get
Just a
any.
second. Sir, let me ask you
any-
this question.
I'm sorry,
You
ma'am.
have any evidence with regard to this case other than just being a nudnik?
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What do you know about hides? And you don't know anything about a computer. That I've already determined. You weren't there when it was purchased. What do you know about hides?
I know about the hides because I'm the one that talked to the hide house this week when he returned the
You can't
hides.
tell me what the hide house said to you, sir.
Okay. what I
That's
can.
hearsay. It's not
How
admissible in
about rental
court.
receipts and agreements signed by Lonnie and Mary, and notarized statement, excuse me, from the landlord saying I'm the assigned person that has to pay his debt
Some person has to pay his debt for what?
for the rent he agreed to pay and didn't pay.
There's nothing about rent in here.
Yep, that's what it is. That's what the suit's about now. It's about the stuff that he stole from the business and the back rent that I'm having to pay that he never did.
No.
Just a minute.
And
Well,
that
if
he
he's a-
stole from the business.
Just a second. The back rent was when he was there or when he wasn't there?
When he was there, ma'am. Yes,
When I
ma'am.
was
It's all right
there?
here. Notarized.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you don't think a lot of things, pal,
You
but
know-
you're wrong. That's why
Your
you're
Honor.
narrow.
I have to,
One.
if Mr. Krupski, I have to be able to read
Yes,
this. I
ma'am.
can't read it if you're talking to me. Don't you have any responsibility towards some of this rent?
Yes, ma'am, half of it.
Which is what he agreed to. So even half of that is $2,500.
Well, you mean he agreed to it because before he was
He was her
thrown out of the
boyfriend.
business?
Yeah,
before you were thrown out of the business?
with a restraining order stating that I cannot go near my business. I
It
have
wasn't
to
your
stay
business,
100
pal.
yards away.
Just a second. If it wasn't his business, so you can't have it both ways. If it's not his business,
not
then he's
his
not
business.
entitled. Then he's not responsible for the rent.
He was at best a helper, a boyfriend,
And a leech.
and yeah.
Well, that may be true.
Thank you.
You understand, Mr. Pilcher?
Yes, ma'am.
Listen to me very carefully. You can't have it both ways. You say he was a boyfriend and a mooch. He was a boyfriend and a mooch. Then he's not entitled to. He's not responsible for half the rent. If he was a partner in this business, then he would be responsible for half the rent, and for certain goods that are there, some of them would be him. So all I want to know from the two of you, and you can confer and put your heads together and figure out what's the best answer. Was he a partner or a mooch?
She's ready to rule in a moment. Was her ex-lover a partner or a mooch?
Talk to each other.
He was a mooch.
Mooch, good. Take this back. He was a mooch.
Your Honor, can I
So you're not responsible for the rent.
Even though
Can
he
I
signed the
reach-
lease? I'm sorry, Your Honor. but
Now,
he signed
just
for
a
the
second.
lease.
Just a second. She knew him long before you did, right?
Yeah. Well, I got lucky. That's good. Thank you.
Right. She knew him long. You may be angry,
I
but
am
she's
very.
the real party in interest. She has decided that since this was her business,
Right?
she would like to be able to make the choice as to whether she categorizes this gentleman as a business partner or a mooch. She has determined he is a
Mooch.
sit down.
Your Honor, can I submit something here that shows from the Board of Equalization that I was the business owner?
Lonnie,
I have.
Just a second. If you're the business owner, sir, you're responsible for half the rent. You want to be the business owner? Think about it. Just think. If you are a business owner, you're responsible for half the rent.
No, Your Honor.
So you want to be, so listen, you say he's a mooch, he says he's a mooch. Fine, we've gotten rid of that point. You owe $1,700 for the computer. Now, you want to tell me one other thing about these hides. You say that late in the game you were a witness to these hides. Step up here and let me hear.
Yes, ma'am. When he came to the shop, he called up the shop, and I answered the phone and talked to him. And I called him back and said, please bring him back. He promised to bring him back on a Friday. We finally got him around to where he brought him back on a Tuesday morning with the promise that we would take his rabbit, which has since died from a hairball. We're sorry.
Your Honor,
But
this guy is.
he was
is
moving
there.
out of his girlfriend's house, and he had nowhere to take it, he said. So he says, let me bring back, he was trying to get back in her good graces. He brought back less than $1,000, probably about $500 worth of merchandise that he had taken.
I didn't hear anything about the hides, sir.
Okay, well, the hides,
He returned some to you. You said he
Yes,
brought,
ma'am.
he
He
brought
brought
hides
back-
back to the business.
he brought back little pieces of leather and a couple of skirts and a couple of jackets.
And a dress valued at $2,800.
That dress is not valued
Judgment
at
in this
$28.
case, listen to me, sit down.
Yes, ma'am.
You made a mistake. Got away cheap, you think? You think that he's no bargain, you think he's a bargain. Good luck to you. The judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,700. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. Step out, please.
I feel the judge's decision is fair. Also, the whole world needs to know that there are men out there who make a lifetime occupation of living off of women, from one sob story to the next.
How can you make that judgment?
Put that finger in my face and I'll break
You
it,
were
pal.
never around
I don't have to be around. I
You
believe her truth and your lies.
Somebody
you're
else.
Real brave.
Yeah, real brave too. I'll tell you what,
Well,
sir.
let the gentleman
Well,
go away, and we'll show you how brave I am, pal.
We'll see what the district attorney of Sacramento has to say fraudulent checks, because I have started a case against
We've already
you.
started a case
What-
against you.
And now, the next case.
All parties on Gurdon versus Valdez and Presley. Step forward, please.
Jamie Gurdon claims Nicole Presley and Madalise Valdez wrote bad things about her on her car, and she's got a witness.
Well, I've read your complaint and your answer. You are alleging, Miss Gurdon, that these two young ladies did some damage to your car,
That's correct.
that they keyed your car
Yep.
with some very foul language.
Yeah.
What motive would they have for doing that?
I don't know who she is. I know her because of her rudeness from when they were sitting on stairs and they would not let me up. But she's the only, Nicole. Is the only one I
Why
know.
would they key your car?
I haven't the slightest idea. I don't know who they are.
Did you ever see them key
I've
your
seen,
car?
No. My witness did.
Did you key the car?
No, I didn't.
Did you?
No.
Do you know who did?
Nope.
Did you see the car keyed?
Nope.
Did you see the damage to the car?
Nope. Well, yes, I did.
Well, when did you see the damage to the car?
The day it was done, I guess.
Do you live in the same place?
Yes.
You live in the same building?
No, I do not live there. I was there having dinner with my parents. I was there
parked.
less than 45 minutes. When I came out, I first noticed this on my car. Then, after the cops were here, I noticed the rest of it.
Can I see it, please?
Sure. And there's other.
You were going to say something.
Her car was parked in the complex because when we had gone back to our house, we had seen the car. So her car was parked in the complex.
Well, how many cars were parked in the complex?
Excuse me?
How many cars were parked in the complex?
A lot of cars were.
Well, what drew your attention to this car?
Because we were walking around and Davina had noticed the car and we turned around. We're all, well, let's just go. Let's go back to my house because we have nothing to do with it.
I don't understand what you mean.
We saw what was done on the car. We looked at it, we walked away because we didn't think of anything about it.
I see written on 2 places on this car the word bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what was written on your car?
There's also another word. And you can only kind of see it in the pictures because it wasn't as deep as bitch.
What was the other word?
It was. And
Are you telling me that you only saw these 2 young ladies one time in your life, and that
I've
was
only
after this incident?
no, I've seen one of them before this, and I've seen the other one the night it happened. I was also told by my niece that Nicole had said.
You can't tell me what your niece told you.
Okay, well, I was also told, this is what I was told, that she said that she was going to get me and she was going to get my car. And, Your Honor, also, if they didn't do it, why would they turn around and start beating up on him?
Well, I'm going to get to this as your witness.
Yes, that is.
What's your name?
Edward.
All right, I'm going to get to you in a minute. Why do you think that she would think that you had anything to do with this?
She's racist because if she was not racist.
Had you ever seen her before?
I saw her once before and she just started calling me racist names.
I've never seen you before, so you're straight out lying. And I don't call
Edward,
people to their
step
face.
up here, Edward.
And if I was to say it, you would know.
Ladies,
Judge Judy will be right back.
what did you see her doing to the car?
I see her scratching it with the keys.
How will you shop and save with Edge?
Jamie Gurdon claims Nicole Presley and Madalise Valdez wrote bad things about her on her car, and she's got a witness.
How old are you, Edward?
11.
How long have you known the plaintiff, Miss Gurdon?
Since I ever moved in.
And have you seen her for a long time?
No.
For a short time?
Yes.
Did you see something happen to her car, to this red car?
Yes.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Tell me what you saw.
I saw Nicole scratching the car and she
Point out who Nicole is. Nicole is this young lady in the brown?
Yes.
What did you see her doing to the car?
I see her scratching it with the keys.
And did you see this other young lady doing anything?
Nicole told her to scratch it with me.
And did she?
Yes.
You saw her, this young lady, actually scratch the car?
Yes.
With what?
With keys.
Did you tell anybody about it?
Yes.
Who did you tell?
Jamie.
You sure you saw that, Eddie?
Yes.
You telling me the truth today?
Yes.
Sit down. Why do you think he would lie about that?
He wasn't even there.
How do you know he wasn't there?
Because we walked as a group to my house. It was me, her sister, Victor, her, 2 little boys, and his cousins. And he was not there.
Well, you may not have seen him, but that doesn't necessarily mean because you weren't with his group. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a courtroom, okay? You may not have seen him, but that doesn't mean he wasn't there. Why do you think he would lie about something like that?
Because he hates me also.
Oh, sounds to me like a lot of people hate you. Why do you
No.
think he hates you?
No, see, his mom or his aunt or whoever takes care of him told the cops that I beat them, which I don't. So I don't know where he's getting these thoughts at of who or what.
Well, that's his mom because he says that you haven't touched him. Is that right, Eddie?
Yes.
So if somebody said that they were hurting you, they would be lying. Is that right?
Yes.
And you didn't lie to me today, did you?
No.
Well, I don't know what this was about. You have any witnesses?
Yes, I do.
Step up, please. State your name.
Madeline Valdez.
Madeline, you know that it's really important to tell the truth in a court.
Yes.
What do you know about this car scratching incident?
I was with them when we came back and we saw the car. And that's it.
How long were you with them?
I was with them the whole time. So the whole time we were outside in broad daylight.
Your Honor.
What time had you parked your car?
I parked my car, it was about 7, I'd say about 6:45, and I was leaving at 7:45 because I needed to go pick someone up from work.
Was it light or dark
It was
outside?
dark when I left. It was dark. I was there for about 45 minutes to an hour. It was completely dark.
She says it was dark.
It was broad daylight when we saw it.
My car was,
She must have not
Your
seen
Honor.
it.
Well, just a second. If you saw it in broad daylight and if something happened after that, then
My-
you're not,
Sorry.
then you're not a witness. You were with them perhaps at a different time.
She was with us the whole
We
day.
were with them when
It
we
was
saw
dark
it.
when she had approached us about the car. It was dark when she came up to us and started calling us names. That's when the sun was going down, when it was dark.
You know who did this to her car?
Many people are after her. I don't know.
Why would many people be after her?
Because of what she said to my family, my friends.
Why would this young boy be after you?
This little boy is nothing to me.
He was coached. It says on the police
yeah.
report that the little boy was coached with his cousin.
Where's that police report?
Your Honor, there was no police report taken at the time because his grandmother didn't want him being a witness because they were afraid, they were going to start hitting on him. When I got there, it was dark. I wasn't there any earlier that day.
Okay, now what is this $2,000 damage for?
Well, what it is I've got the estimate. It's about almost $1,600.
How old is this car?
It's a 95, and the guy told me that they were going to need it for at least a week. Because
Well, from a week and a half, we went down to a week.
Well, a week and a half. I don't know exactly. That's what he told me was a week.
All right, it's $1,529 is the estimate that you got for painting this car. Okay.
She's ready to rule. Stay tuned. Jamie Gurdon claims Nicole Presley and Madelise Valdez wrote bad things about her on her car, and she's got a witness.
This court is charged with trying to evaluate the credibility of witnesses. And what we have to do when we're evaluating the credibility of witnesses, we have to look and see, one of the things we look to is to see whether the witnesses are related to each other, what motive they would have to lie. There is no question that her car was damaged. I see that here. There is no question that somebody other than she damaged the car. Somebody wrote these things, keyed her car. And I have what I believe a very credible witness who is not related to anyone who says that he saw you two ladies damage this car. Now, according to you, she doesn't like you because she's a racist. If that's true, that's despicable. That's not a... But you can't damage her car. So even according to you, she had a motive to doing that, even though the motive was terrible, was a terrible motive because it was based upon race. The question is, do I believe that you two ladies did this damage? Do I believe this young man who's not related to you, or do I believe your sister? And, quite frankly, I believe him. So the judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,529 for the damage to the car. That's all.
Parties are excused. Step out, please.